Now's the time to move forward, we'll be alright. There's a sun inside you burning bright. The power can be shared if we just clasp our hands till our greatest desires are in our reach. Let us ride on the crashing waves with all of our strengths combined. Let's hurry toward the pulse that's beating that guides us to the starting line. Now has come the time for us to set sail, weighing in our full speed ahead. The rainbow winds guide us over the seas, an adventure without an end. On a voyage where we may have to suffer lies a treasure waiting to be discovered. Through all your struggles or any trouble, I will be here to protect you. Now's the time to move forward, we'll be alright. There's a sun inside you burning bright. Through any stormy weather that may come our way, let us stand together while we look for the light. If we gather up the pieces of our dreams, they will form a map to our destiny. So let us all sail under the straw hat's flag till our greatest desires are in our reach. We're all in this to search for one piece. If we all help out, we can succeed. When all of our hearts are combined, the sweetest song of the migrating birds is the courage for us to find. Even though we might not have wings or feathers, we are flying free no matter the weather. If the sky's unsettled, temperamental, we should fly together as one. Now's the time to move forward, we'll be alright. Through the tears that fall like rain up in the sky, and when we all return back to the open sea, we can feel the passion that is shining so bright. As our frustrations gather up within, calling forth the endless icy bitter winds. As long as we are all under that same bright star, we will share in a bond that's unbreakable. Let us share all of these miracles. Now's the time to move forward, we'll be alright. There's a sun inside you burning bright. Through any stormy weather that may come our way, let us stand together while we look for the light. If we gather up the pieces of our dreams, they will form a map to our destiny. So let us all sail under the straw hat's flag till our greatest desires are in our reach. We're all in this to search for one piece.
Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. There's a monster deep within your dream, taking aim for your heart, so it would seem. Stand tall and read, go to hell and jump for paradise. Every most to you today. Adventure calls now, let's go. The bonds built between us, they will show. Still what we don't know. Yes, working hard together. Yes, we've got superpowers. Got to dream, despite the rivalry. Gotta see it through believing in you. There's even charm in failure. Yes, we've got superpowers. All the love and the tears in the world we're in. United, gently bringing up a thought again, yeah. We're the foolish ones we love. We'll carry on till we see the light. The sun will rise. The greatest fight at its core is against myself forevermore. Come on, let's do it now. Let's go. The bonds built between us, they will show. Still what we don't know. That's what we call adventure. Yes, we've got superpowers. Got to dream, despite the rivalry. Gotta see it through believing in you. There's even charm in failure. Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we're the superpowers. Yes, we're the superpowers. Yes, we're the superpowers. Yes, we're the superpowers.
Gotham Tech! Gotham Tech, Tech break! Gotham Tech! Gotham Tech, Tech break! Wandering heart, clouds above, rain begins to fall down. My bitter tears flowing now, they never dry up. I let the words of a curse be my deliverance. Yang kick, kick, now fastest whoa, hey, whoa. These ancient words like a hymn of reclamation. Not even death will escape them. I descend to these troubled thoughts. I pray. Can the future bring calm to the sea? I beg. It's time for salvation to finally come. I feel this rage and I'm feeling it strong. The sweeping and wailing is gone far too long. Nothing left but to heal. Yeah, yeah. I know you feel it too, so keep on singing this song. Even when they abuse us, we'll keep singing along. We'll start another big bang when we all sing as one. United, we're fighting. Bring 'em down with our song of ruin. Me and Yang on kick, kick, not fastest love. Whoa, hey, whoa. We will rejoice when we get the freedom promised. The freedom so many die for. When there's nowhere to run, we must find hope. Left forgotten within the light. It glows. Keep making this music till you breathe your last. We dream but never lose sight of the past. Illuminate hope and forget all the rest. Nothing left but to you. Yeah, yeah. It's time for salvation to finally come. I feel this rage and I'm feeling it strong. This weeping and wailing is done for too long. Nothing left but to heal. Yeah, yeah. I know you feel it too, so keep on singing this song. Even when they abuse us, we'll keep singing along. We'll start another big bang when we all sing as one. United, we're fighting. Bring 'em down with our song of ruin.
だ出そうにないからさやっぱりまだ歩いてくよさあ行こう立ち止まることなく流れる時に負けないように何度も立ち向かい続けよう大切なもの失いたくないから夕暮れに舞う鳥のように見えない明日を探してるつまずきながら怖くても足元に目は落とさないよ諦める言葉は転がってるけど諦めないゴールは一つだけ喜び悲しみ乗り越えては少しずつ歩いてくよ果てしない空に手をかざそうたった一つの未来を信じながら戻らない時は移ろうけど大切なもの失いたくないから僕の中に流れる声はずっとずっと僕を支えてるいたずらな目が邪魔するけど逃げ出せないからさあ行こう立ち止まることなく流れる時に負けないように何度も立ち向かい続けよう大切なもの失いたくないから信じたその先へと
I'm letting y'all know right now, there's no redeems, there's no points, there's no alerts. Oh, there are alerts for like the super chats and stuff. There is none of that. We're going to run through this as quickly as possible because we are not doing well. I'm doing better than this kid, but
I'm
still.
doing. Yesterday was quite the turnaround for me.
There you go. It was probably like it was probably like my Friday heading into Saturday.
Because here are my steps from Tuesday, 13, Wednesday, 12, Thursday. And yesterday was almost triple that. I was feeling quite well.
There you go.
And I'm getting, it's a bit of a cough right now that comes and goes, but
Same.
headaches have gone away, sore throats have gone away. Strength is not back, which I'm pissed about.
Of course, because you can't lift, at least not the way you want to.
Furious.
I mean, what do you want? It's an illness. Thank you for re-upping to the bums, Hope. So yeah, there's no TTS, there's none of that. We're going to try to get through this. Also, fair warning. I do not feel like putting back in my old hard drive, so the economy has reset. Nobody has any channel points right now.
You see that? We've gone weeks without doing anything, and then he just goes, "Oh yeah, your points is gone as well."
Well, I don't feel like putting in my old hard drive for what, 2 weeks?
Y'all
I'm not
see that?
gonna.
Y'all see that?
I'm not gonna do that. You guys never put the timestamps for some reason. It was in the last stream. So hi, in your face. Hello, peace and blessings. We back. Welcome, bums. Hope you're feeling better. Better, but still not good. Also, where's the fill content?
It should have been Monday.
It still might be Monday. What do you mean?
Could be.
Yeah.
Depending.
We might do it Monday.
Asterisk.
Zoro Nami playing the drinking game is top.
So very good.
Hide, who let you out of the balloon? We just escaped. I finally started watching One Piece, and I'm liking it so far. Episode 19, y'all.
Yeah, boy.
The one where Zoro joined the dojo and meets Kuina. Yeah, it's a good episode.
Wow, the pass is really that late, huh?
I mean, you've got, yeah, because it's when he fights Mihawk, so it's in the Baratia.
You think it'd be a little bit earlier? What with? Because that's the third, fourth arc, really?
I mean, that's technically the same amount of time between Nami and her past.
Yeah, but Nami had a big arc for her past. There's a whole thing about it. Zoro could have just been told at any point, as shown in the live-action version.
I mean, but the live-action version kind of interwove the plots.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no alerts, there's no cook, there's no SMD, there's nothing.
Y'all see that?
Hey, BG and DA, hope you two are doing well.
There you go.
That's how we're
go.
That's how we're doing.
I'm not concerned with her shyness. It won't pass. There you go. I need to watch Kung Pao again just to see if it holds up. I'm going to be heartbroken if it doesn't, but there's so many little things that are amazing.
Yeah. So this may be a because reasons, it may not be. We don't know what we're doing. We're just talking about the live action, our thoughts. Because I feel like if we do the podcast tomorrow, we're not going to be able to discuss nearly as much. Otherwise, we're going to be there for a long time. So might as well get 20 to 40 minutes out here. Why is it always?
Again.
It's so odd. It's so very, very odd.
Well, I listened last time and they couldn't hear it, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's
or not well enough. Or maybe I just wasn't listening.
I'm not scamming anybody. I said a long time ago the economy would be reset. It just reset a little earlier because I switched out my SSD drives and upgraded them.
Scam.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is why it's not gonna go long, y'all.
Yeah. That's part of why I took off all the TTSs and stuff, because I don't want them to be
burning it.
Yeah, not even burning it, just constantly as we're trying to talk about this thing. So yeah. Overall thoughts, it's a good series. I really didn't like the changes to Arlong Park. Actively hated those changes. But like 80% of the liberties they've taken, I was just like, yeah, this is fine. I like it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of let's see where they go with this. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or
totally.
it accomplished roughly the same things. I loved the horror vibe of the Kuro stuff.
Yes, that was really good.
Buggy capturing the town is. You could put that in the manga. It's like that's one of the best things in One Piece to me. That is so brilliant.
Him just saying, I didn't take everything. I let them keep their hands, and then they just start applauding. Fantastic.
It's a brilliant thing.
There was something that that actor Jeff Ward, TV line performer of the week for his portrayal of Buggy.
Yeah.
He did
clear.
a fantastic job. I understand because in One Piece and anime in general, you get a lot of villains that are just kind of villain of the arc things. You don't really get to see them beforehand. The lead up to get to where they are, what have you. So I can understand them wanting to put Buggy throughout or introduce Arlong earlier and give
just to
them...
have him have some kind of interaction or some kind of tie-in with Luffy instead of just Luffy rocking up and wanting to punch him. It's just like Arlong was looking for Luffy. This is the first round, and then there's the second round. So there's that's more of a structured TV. This is ending, so we need a big finale type of thing.
Yeah, and we need to establish this guy as the person we're going up to for the big finale.
how you only see episode 1? Watch more. It's good. It's good stuff.
I even rewatched it last night. Episode 1 was here's the thing. There's a lot of like, of course they're gonna condense a lot of things because I think they fit like 54 episodes into this season.
Yep, 54.
And that is a lot to fit into 8 episodes. Even if they're about an hour long, it's a lot to fit into them. So you're going to get a lot of things where you're going to get some switching arounds of the events, people meeting others earlier. Really like the Nami and Luffy going through the Marine Base stuff. Really like that. Really like they're showcasing Nami as a little bit more capable early on. Even though it could hurt her fight with Miss Doublefinger, but for the most
Bunch of rank and file Marines is different from a high-ranking member of
Baroque Works.
Yeah, because if you look at it, Garp and them, where they're trying to find the Baroque Works, and if Garp is trying to find them, they must be dangerous.
And it's funny because when we first saw the trailers, you get that Zoro Mr. 7 fight, and it's like, no, that doesn't look very good. It looked a little too choreographed, but within it looked pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think that there was any fight where I was just like, this isn't really. I'll say that I hate them just going, hey, here's Arlong's sword break. I'm like, he didn't even swing it once.
Yeah, he didn't get an establishment of
Come
it.
on. Swing that long, or I would love to see Luffy dodge it or something. Just don't have it then.
Even when they're like breaking apart Arlong Park, he could have gotten mad at that point and started swinging and started breaking the place, and then get the grab. Yeah, there was a see you later, Hi. There was a lot of like the emotional beats that because of how quickly things moved along, you don't really get a chance to sit with them. Like, you don't really get to see the consequences of like Nami's tantrum when she's a kid against Belmere. Yeah, it's just like, I'm mad that we're poor. You don't really even get the establishment that they're really poor. I'm mad that we're poor and you can't provide. And then here comes Arlong, essentially.
The best that we got is it's a very small house and her going half-price biscuits. They're just as good.
But it's like, it's not nearly enough.
Zoro, it seemed like there was a mandate of, we got to make him the coolest mother that ever existed. And that got kind of grating after a while.
Oh, absolutely. Because there were times where it felt like, because Zoro does emote, it felt like he should have emoted more. Like with the whole, I don't need to believe in him, he believes in himself, it rubs off. It's just like, rubs off. And I was like, I had to go back and read the subtitles to see what he had said in that instant.
It's less about the emoting and more about the cool suaveness type of thing. Like the drink part where he just goes, one for me and one for my friend. He's had a hard day. Like, that's not really like a number one a Zoro thing, and number two, that's way too. There's too many things like that where he just has to be the coolest dude. The most laid back, like, I don't even care about none of this.
Above what's going on in the moment.
Also, another thing, he just got strung up and then immediately taken down, like, in the next day, I believe. It's like, he was in there, wasn't he there for a couple of days? And
I think he was there for 2 weeks and he was supposed to be there for a month.
It was just too short. Way too short. Didn't really feel the...
But that's also going into the bar fight of why he's strung up. I didn't like that at all.
I liked it.
It's just, I didn't like, okay, here's the girl. You're a rando dude.
Yeah. That
here's some rice balls for you. Hey, those are my rice balls. All right, now we the fight.
Yeah, rando girl rocking up. That should have been a little bit better there. But everything that followed was good.
Him not being able to sit because of his sword was absolutely a good visual gag. Really like the crew interacting with each other when they're sitting down to eat. It's like, Nami's got a boyfriend, madam, are you sure you wanna? Really like Sanji in this.
Sanji was great. Ice Crush, Steel, Mineral, shaking just like regular water in a regular glass.
He's appropriately suave, but still just a little sleazy with it. Just a little too hard going at the, I can offer you some private lessons. Oh, nice try.
But that last scene with him and Zoro with the food, that's one of my favorite Zoro scenes.
I
Zoro
love
Sanji's,
that.
ooh, must have been good if you're coming back for second. I'm like,
I gotta build up my strength even with your cooking.
Just some great stuff. They understood. The casting is some of the best that I've ever seen. People talk about Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man and stuff like that. This should be stuff like Kuro and Buggy should be
Kuro
on
was
the
great.
par. Kuro is pit Mihawk. It's not even a point. It's not even a point at talking about that motherfucker.
I loved
He was
his
so good.
loved his introduction scene. One of the best things they did was having the wanted posters fly in front of them and then break the fourth wall by like hitting it. Love Buggy just sitting down, just casually swatting it away. Good stuff. Good stuff. Corey, you weren't here earlier. Economy has already been reset. There will be no bot this stream. We're sick. We're not going to have y'all gambling. We're not going to have y'all TTSing. It's over. Zoro flipping off Mr. 7 is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it seems like a thing he would do. That's about all I can say about that. I don't like... I feel like Usopp's story was a bit too condensed. Isaiah, thank you for the super chat. We're not even going to yell at you.
Don't, please don't. Not like this.
Not like this. Yeah, it's just like, hey, we didn't get enough of his cowardice. Nowhere near enough of his cowardice.
Cowling!
I'm not fast enough to pull off the headphones. I don't have the energy.
Thank you enough. Thank you again for the super chat.
The
Because
first half of it.
we get the cowardice. I mean, we get the lying
Thank you
aspect
for the
of it.
super chat.
We get the lying aspect of it, but then he's not really running away from a situation. Even against the fish dude, it's just like, I'm gonna pretend I'm knocked out or dead. The fish dude turns around. He's just like, hey.
But there were a couple little lines of just like, hey, why don't I just go back off to the ship and bring it back around for everybody? There were little lines like that.
Yeah, okay, there's little lines, but it's nowhere near enough established
No, I
to where
understand.
he's like, I want to be a brave warrior of the
Yeah.
sea. Okay, when have you showcased your lack of ability to be a brave
And
warrior
that's
of the
why
sea?
the cutting out of no more pirate games against Chew was just like, this is just like a whole half a point off right here.
Yeah.
It's
And you
like,
know, you can't
you done missed the thing.
you can't quite do it without the kids, but you could have did something there.
Well, you can do it. You can absolutely do that.
You can do most of it without the kids.
What can't you do?
You can't pirate games from what? Who did he play pirate games with? He's not a captain because he's not captaining anything.
But he still told Kaido stories.
Yeah.
Those are the pirate games. The lies.
You
of the
could have said
pirate
pirate stories.
games. Yeah. Pirate insert pejorative here. Pejorative's not the right word. I got COVID brain.
He didn't have to talk himself into being brave, and that's no good. Absolutely not. He was just kind of already brave. Even running back, just like have no fear, the great Captain Usopp, he's not like hiding off to the side, just like, hey, good job, guys, or anything like that. He's running full force through the front door with his slingshot ready.
But at the same time, when they rocked up in there, he was, when he pulled the slingshot, that's shaking a lot.
Yeah. There's definitely a fear. I mean, but you're fighting fishmen. But there's definitely a fear there. But we don't just get the overwhelming cowardice of Usopp. And I feel like that's a big problem because eventually we're going to have to start getting those things. And it's going to be hard to, like, slot that in.
And that's also, I think, is a problem with the removal of Django, because he didn't really have anything to do at the end of the Kuro thing. And Kuro, there was a part where Kuro just teleports in front of him and just pushes him. Like, could have stabbed him. That's very stupid. I'm sitting there afterwards just sort of fixing it in my mind. It's like, okay, you just have Kuro like, look, I'm gonna kill Kaya instantly, but I'm gonna have some fun with you because I don't like you. So he slices his arm. So now he just got one arm. And then later, while Luffy's trying to catch Kuro, he can't catch him. So Usopp, he goes, I need to help Luffy. And he pulls out his slingshot. He can't use his other arm. So either he pulls it back with his teeth or Kaya pulls it back for him. He shoots. He either hits Kuro or he hits Luffy. I'm thinking he hits Luffy. That alerts Kuro to where they are. Kuro goes over there, but Luffy, since he got hit by it, he also sees. So he sees that Kuro's over there, grabs him, and then does the bell. So he helps him in the fight.
Or even laid out some cow traps, because we don't even get like the trickster, trapster Usopp, which was part of what he did in Serp Village, where they were on the hill. He laid out a bunch of oil, cow traps, that type of thing. So he Luffy stand in one spot, and Kuro's moving all around, lay out some cow traps,
or some oil or something,
Yeah, or even go help Zoro. Yeah. Anything. I mean,
he just didn't do anything. I'm like,
and it's his arc. I didn't like the exclusion of Hachi.
I see why they didn't have Hachi.
It was gonna be hard. It was gonna be hard.
It is impossible.
It wasn't impossible, but it would have been very hard.
How?
They did it with Goro in Mortal Kombat in like 90.
Look great.
Okay, but the fishmen for the most part don't look great.
Sure, but they have functional arms and legs. You
Yeah.
would have to have puppet arms and legs.
Yes.
And
What do you think they're gonna do with Chopper?
Swinging 8 puppet swords and looking good, and also have Zoro be dodging and zipping through. It would look the silliest.
What do you think they're gonna do with Chopper?
No way.
He's gonna be a puppet man and some CGI on top of it.
I think that would be for the best.
You could have did that with Hachi.
For a little person. But again, Chopper is running, which is easy to do. Chopper is doing big punches and big cloven hooves, which is easy to do. You would have to have this man swinging 8 swords and having another individual interact with those 8 swords and have that look good.
Yes.
That would be impossible on this scale.
I don't think it would be impossible. I think it would be a challenge.
It is the triangle. You can't have all 3. You got to have 2 of them.
What do you mean 2?
It's got to look good. You got to have him interacting with it. And what was the other one that I said?
Not look goofy.
Oh, he's got to have 8 arms.
Okay.
He's got to have 8 swords.
Okay.
So you have him have 4 swords, which is better, and it looks good.
Okay.
You can have him look good.
Didn't he use 6 swords?
I think he did use 6.
Yeah, because the other 2 limbs would be his legs.
Yeah.
I think you can do 6 swords.
I don't think you can do 6 is easier than 8, but it's not much.
I think it would be impossible.
Anything is possible.
I think
we need to look at probability.
Would it have been a forgivable amount of interaction? So. Jesus Christ.
He would have had puppet arms or clearly CGI arms.
But there were clearly times where they did a lot of close shots, like with Sanji doing all of his moves. There were some close shots, so you could have like 2 swords swinging, and you could see the 2 swords, and Zoro dodged those, and then another 2. And then the only time
so lame. So lame.
I'm just saying you don't need to see
production crap.
I mean, some of this looked high school production-y. What do you want?
Okay, yeah, sure, some of it, but again, that's first off, what looked the high school production-y, so we can discuss the difference between that and a 6-armed man fighting a 3-sword man.
I think Sanji's Muten shot looked very high school-y.
Yes. That they should have held on that a little while longer. It was too many cuts.
I think that was so.
And I'm just like, okay, so you're gotten rid of Hachi, cool. Have Zoro and Sanji do a combo attack. Have them do the sword, flying off, and then that's what propels them. Done.
No.
No.
I do like that. I both like and dislike that a lot of the villains were not beatable with just a person. So you needed Luffy and Zoro fighting Axe-Hand Morgan. You needed Sanji and Zoro fighting Karubi, that type of thing. I both like and don't like it because I like it in the sense that it makes the villains feel a bit more dangerous, a bit more of a threat. But I don't like it in that these are clearly inferior opponents to the Straw Hats. So when they get to opponents that are on their level or slightly above their level, i.e. the crocodile stuff, it's going to feel a lot less big because they weren't essentially manhandling the opponents they had before. Mm-hmm. It's just it's gonna feel like, hey, how did you get stronger to go up against a Mr. One fighting no Hachis? Who do they have left? We have Whiskey Peak. He didn't really fight anybody in Little Garden. He did a little something in Drum Island. No, he was lost, so he did nothing in Drum Island. And now we're in Baroque Works. We're in Alabasta. So I both like and dislike it for totally different, separate reasons.
Chopper's not gonna look like the Transponder cells. They're gonna put a lot of work into Chopper because they need to.
He's gonna be there for the rest of whatever the series is gonna be. You can't have that nonsense. You just can't. I didn't like Luffy helping me save with Nami. It didn't hit the same. I mean, a lot of the emotional things didn't hit the same. They didn't give them enough time for it.
Yeah, I just didn't like that it was at night. I don't understand the change. I think the daytime was...
Especially since when they get to Arlong Park, it's the day.
Because it's the next day of, hey, we're gonna... And it was just like, hey, we're gonna start the walk, and then, hey, the town's over there, and then we're gonna finish the walk later. Like, that's a bit weird.
Hey, so thanks for the super chat. We're doing better. We're still not great.
Yeah. We're live though. We
live.
lived, bit.
And so going into the Arlong Park stuff,
One for all, full Cowling.
you might as well just stop trying, dude. Yeah, why do you? There's no point.
It just feels better.
Really didn't like the villagers not knowing that Nami was doing this for them. Fing hated that change. And there are people that are like, I like the change because before it felt like, hey, we're just gonna let this little girl get tortured so she goes through with the plan of saving us. Totally ignoring the actual reason of they treated her like crap. So that if she ran away, she wouldn't have a guilty conscience of killing them all. Because she would think they hated her. And they were fine with dying like that.
I'm fine either way.
It lowers a lot of the villager stuff. It lowers a lot of the Najiko stuff. Because they're silently suffering while also pushing Nami away from them. In the hopes that she can just go live a life and let them die. Because at this point in the live action, when they're like, we're gonna help you, Nami, we're gonna die with you. I don't feel anything with that. Because I barely know these characters. And they haven't really showcased anything to be like, hey, it's time to die with Nami. They disrespected someone we care about.
No, I think they did enough with the whole, look, they're just going to kill us anyway because we ain't got the money, so we either die here or we die later.
I don't think so. I think they did a bad job with Arlong Park, at least with the villagers.
I loved everything about Garp. I don't think that there was anything that I disliked. I don't care about Bogard. I don't know why people are hyping this man up.
Because
he's just some dude.
he's Garp's right hand man.
Whatever. Get him out of here. But everything about Garp is the hypest thing.
People didn't
imaginable.
like that he wasn't as jovial as he should have been. I don't care. I like the change of
Yes,
Garp. I like all the stuff they added with Himelpo and Kobe.
I think that both of them are sufficiently weenie. Himelpo is the most hateable muff. He's such a little rat. The casting is crazy.
Him just swinging his Zoro sword naked, just like, you just think you're the coolest mother in the world, and you suck. I will say though, with Axeham Morgan, it's just like the corruption of the Marines and all of this. We're gonna get rid of it. What corruption?
I don't think he said corruption. I think he said the failure.
No, he said corruption. I just rewatched it. I can play it real quick.
You don't need to. I think I'm right. Is that yellow more yellow?
Also on a scale
Or
of
have COVID eyes.
also on a scale, it's like brownish. Also on a scale of Dragon Ball Evolution to Alita Battle Angel, Dragon Ball Evolution being 0, Alita being a 10, where does One Piece fall? As far as adaptations, I think it's an 8. As far as a series, a TV show, I think it's a 7.
I'd give it a 7.5. Coming off of it, I'd give it an 8. But I've come down a little bit on it. But what were we just talking about? I had a point.
I'm disappointed about Don Krieg. I can understand because
I understand, but you don't really need him in the grand scheme because he's just a dude that just
he's just
rocks
a
up.
jobber.
And it's not even Sanji's fight. He's just some guy.
Yeah, he can be cut down by Mihawk.
I
Thank you for this
understand.
super chat.
If there was somebody out there that could be cut, he could be cut.
Man, he was cut.
You didn't need him.
They did Kobe wrong. How? I didn't like that they got rid of Kobe standing up to Alvida. Absolutely.
That was a big thing.
Like, he stands up to Helmeppo, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't know Helmeppo. He doesn't. There's really nothing there to connect them with Helmeppo and all of that.
Oh yeah, what I was talking about with Helmeppo. Another scene that I liked was when he was just like, "Who tied this rope?" He was like, "He did." He's a little rat piece of. But yeah, that's why I was just like, "Oh man, really?" That was one of the things where I'm just like, why take this out?
Yeah.
It's a little 1 or 2 lines, just like with the Usopp thing, where it could be improved by just doing this thing.
All it would have taken is after Luffy says Kobe's his own man. All it would have taken is Alvida going, "Kobe, is this true? I want to hear it from your mouth."
Kobe or Alvida going, "No, he's not."
Anything, and it's just like he just never. But you know, with them weaving Kobe into the story so much, they're definitely going to end up in Logtown, and that's probably going to be the last time we see Garp or Kobe for quite a while.
I think Logtown is done.
No, they're doing it next. Smoker's there. They showed the Smoker.
Yeah, but he could just be no, because he came in with Ace. And Ace wasn't Logtown.
No. Smoker came in Logtown. That's how he met Luffy.
Yeah. No, he could just come in there then.
I literally just said Logtown.
With Ace?
No, I said Kobe and Garp. It's gonna be a while before we see.
No, and I'm saying that that could just be cut because we can just move the Smoker thing to where Ace is.
In Alabasta?
Yeah.
Then why would they tease him now?
Because the next thing that we can do is just be after Chopper is just that.
There's no way they can't do Logtown.
It's done. They're going to the Grand Line.
I believe they're gonna do
They
Logtown.
can't circle back.
They're on their way there, but all they gotta do is say we need some supplies.
No, you can't do the barrel scene after. You can't go, yeah, we're going to the Grand Line, and then the next thing that you do is not the Grand Line.
It's very possible.
Logtown is done, boy.
I disagree.
No, you don't. What do you need in there?
You need the Luffy on the execution
Why do you need that?
because it showcases how much you like Roger. One, It brings back Buggy and Alvita too.
We've established these like Roger with Garp and
It needs to showcase why Smoker.
and Zeph is.
We need Dragon.
We can have Dragon in Ace Town.
You're just putting everything in H-Town.
Cause we're done with with Lockdown.
I don't think we're done with Lockdown. Usopp's goggles.
Usopp's up. Well, but he can just buy those anywhere. Zeph, dude, with these castings, come on, he looks great. He sounds great. Him being delirious, that speech that he gave, fantastic. That rock scene did not look good. That was one of the worst green screens.
It was a terrible.
It was not good.
For the most part, I was just like, whatever. But when the kid was climbing over to Zeph, I was like, oh, this is the screeniest of green.
But I'm just like, okay, it's performance time, all right? It's performance time now. And that was a very... I like the blood around his mouth and everything, the makeup.
Speaking of makeup, I really like how they made Kaya way more sickly.
She looked very ill.
She looked like she was dying.
And especially after I looked at a side by side when she saw the bounty, I was just like, they did a very good job. It wasn't. It's not like big old big shadows under the eyes and stuff like that. Just like a paling of the lips and just like a little bit of a paler skin and stuff. I'm like, they did a very, very good job of just. She is sick.
Yes, Dragon was at Roger's execution. Dragon, Shanks. They're saying female crocodile.
You can't put that revelation in the anime. I mean, in live action thing.
And it was like,
I understand Oda is Oda. He oversaw it and everything. I'm sure that's what it is. But you can't just do that. You can't, because all the times we saw it in the anime and the manga, it was always from a back shot. We never saw the full face. But here it's just like, same earring, here the muff is. And if Croc rocks up and he's a black guy, we're just done.
We're gonna have to just go.
Because that is a design. There was a lot of people that were just
and it was held on her face for quite a while.
So, come on now. And it was in the same framing of they're slightly behind a couple of people, just like with Mihawk and Shanks and Smoker as well. So, not really Smoker, because I think he was running, but whatever. That can't be. And again, I think that's what it is. The whole Luffy mom thing, shut that up.
Yeah, we're dead with that.
That's dead. But we can't do this in live action.
What? There was something else he revealed early on there was something else in this live action that was an early episode where I went, oh, that's something that people talk about and they're just saying it in the live action. I do not remember what it was.
There was a couple things where they talked about something where I was just like, oh, word? Nolan was there.
Oh, Nolan was a great way to implement that story.
They mentioned a couple of just like dumb islands of like, didn't I just chase you around like Mirrorland Island or something like that? I'm like, Mirrorland Island? Say, oh, of course that's someplace in One Piece. Big dumb nerd who loves One Piece is just going up.
Angel Essence Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct Goku.
Spirit Saiyan Goku taking me out.
Gotta go. I expect to at least up to the jackpot chance. BG, I'm not upping the jackpot chance. I'm lowering it. As compensation for scamming us. Get well soon. Thank you for the get well soon. See you later, Aaron. Yeah, all that's gonna be lowered.
Slip Fruit, I don't think, unless we get a hard recast or they just go, she's not a very big lady, but,
yes,
you know, are you going to put a lady like that on a regiment? But it is years.
But it's been a thing where they didn't talk about her beauty. They only talked about her strength. Mm-hmm. It could just be now, even if she looks exactly the same, in her mind she's like, now I've got beauty to go with my strength. even if she's not quote unquote beautiful. Because it's clear that this Alvida has delusions of grandeur. Where she's like, Zoro, clearly I was on the top of his list.
She was very good as well.
You weren't even on that.
I don't think that there's anybody who is of note that I wouldn't say did an amazing job.
Yeah, I am shocked they killed Mary. Shocked.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, Mary's fine. It's like, no, he is dead.
He is
like,
just
word?
the deceased.
Well, I guess, and it's just like, well, I guess, it doesn't really matter, dead or alive, but
Yeah.
okay, sure, I guess. What was Kuro's plan?
To take over the shipyard.
Okay, but Akai is dead. Yeah, shame that. All right, I'm the captain of the shipyard now.
So I don't know if he was gonna slice her up or just let the poison do his job. Because if it's the poison, it's just like, well, her illness just overcame, and nobody's gonna question that because they've all seen her as sickish.
But then they just go, I guess it is because they were just like make the bodies disappear, so it could just be slice her up and then just go, oh, shame, poison got her.
Yeah, buried her in the backyard. We're gonna have a ceremony, and I'm the captain now.
Yeah. I really liked the ending, like I said, with Garp of the whole, this is a training thing. And that's your resolve. Good on you.
Yeah.
The hockey, small things. If you're into One Piece, you know what's up. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah. Just the eye is just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're
And
definitely
then
seeing
with
some
the
stuff.
Garp, with just that little bit of Garp is so good.
Garp's really
Garp is probably my favorite character outside of Koro and Mihawk
and Buggy.
and Buggy. It's not fair. Oh, they did such a good job.
They did a really good job. I'm not gonna. I wish Arlong had done more feats because the village isn't really destroyed. We see him pick up a house and throw it, but beyond that, it's just like we don't really get to see the terror the fishmen wrought on this city or this village or even on the East Blue itself. It would have been nice. Fing loved his talk with the mouse dude where it's just like, you're smarter than people give you credit for.
Why? Because I'm a fish?
And it's just like, he gives the money. You're smarter than people give you credit for. Fing loved that. Yeah, Jim Carrey's retired. I think he might do Eggman and that's about it. He loves Eggman.
Maybe. And again, with that, the whole fishmen are persecuted and stuff like that. Would have liked to see more of that before the whole rah fishmen equal rights and stuff like that. It's like we didn't really see that. Maybe.
But to be fair, we never saw that in the manga. We didn't
Yep.
get basically any of it
I'll
in the
take
manga.
that there, but it's a lot more pronounced here
Yes.
because he's doing a whole big old speeches.
I mean, and it's not even like, hey, the next time we see, it's going to be like in 4 years, we're going to get the revelation of what happens with fishmen and that type of thing. We're 4 or 5 seasons away from even Shaba Odi.
But yeah, it could have been. I can't even say something like Kaya's shipyard because she wouldn't allow like persecution or something
No.
like that. I don't. Yeah, where could it have been? Maybe with the Marines. Just them having a bartender that's a fish and they just sort of trip them or something.
Because even in the Baratier, the fishmen there is just like giving people their tables, and it's like nobody really cares. Nobody really says anything.
I like that they kept Sanji smoking. Smoking is
Yes.
a bit of a taboo.
And they kept it appropriately amount of smoking. It's when they're about to do the march on Arlong Park, and it's once when he's talking to like Luffy. He's just not chain smoking. I I can understand the change they made with the whole bow your head, thank Zeph, because that's a really Japanese thing, and it may look kind of goofy to a worldwide audience that doesn't really understand.
You got the same everything that you need there.
Yes. The oregano stuff was funny, odd but funny.
Oregano's for savages.
I'd rather die than let you season my food. That's
Oregano's for savages. Little kid, you just holding the knife to the little kid like you put some oregano, pimp.
And it sucks because I feel like all the kids did a good job and all the pasts were roughly okay, except Usopp's. Usopp's
There
was
you go.
poor.
Usopp was not. That feels
And
like
his
that
mom's
was
death
cousin
was
of the movie of the director or something, because he was
not it, and his mom was not it.
Yeah, she just sort of just went, oh yeah.
And I really like Shank's crew for the most part.
I don't like Yasopp's dreads. That is clearly that is just
terrible.
a mop. It's just sort of spray painted.
With his crew, it felt like they wanted them to be too piratey. And what I mean by that is very much in the vein of like Pirates of the Caribbean, where yo-ho, swashbuckling, that type of thing. And it removed a lot of the personality out of them when they just become pirate crew. Mm-hmm. And I really didn't like that. I did like Shanks and Mihawk's interaction. I didn't like Shanks for the most part.
I like Shanks quite a lot.
I didn't. I felt like he was trying too hard to be cool dude, as opposed to just being a cool dude.
I think the things that they left out hurt, like the whole "don't pull the gun if you're not ready to use it." They just sort of gave that line to Zoro.
Yeah,
and he just sort of did the gun thing and did the pop, because the whole, hey, we don't want to fight. There's no reason to fight because we're stronger and we're better than y'all. Just walk away. We're gonna walk away. Everybody be cool. But then he just went, no, we're just gonna kill you.
it sucks. I can understand.
They
them.
played Pink Sake as well.
Yeah,
which
that
I
was
was just
great.
like, you bastards, you know what you're doing.
I hate that we didn't get the buggy ball, but I understand how goofy that might be. But I really didn't like how little emotional beats we got in the buggy storyline in regards to the townspeople and the town itself and Luffy and the dog and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it was less about the people and more about just Buggy.
And that sucks because it should be about the people. And, you get the whole, I left half the treasure because they need to rebuild their town. I was hoping they were going to go, we raided Buggy's treasure, so we got some money to get a ship and that type of thing. And Luffy leaves half for the people. It's just like, we might not have enough for a ship now and then. You can do the rest of it and everything else. Did like Luffy's whole, you guys need this more than me, and he lingers looking at the food for a little while before turning around and just, maybe just a snack.
Also, like the mayor just going, "Are you our new captors?" And going, "No." But
what I didn't like was how much agency Luffy had in the turning around of other people. Is there not anything you want? I'm a different kind of pirate. He said I'm a different kind of pirate like 3 times. Like, ugh. Shut the up. And on top of that, the actor, their energy is really great for Luffy, but they are not a good actor. There are a lot of times where, I know nobody's going to get this, but there's a wrestler called Jungle Boy who recently turned heel. And a lot of his lines are delivered like, every time I say a line, I'm going to pause so the audience can boo me. Even though this is not a good enough point to pause to make the audience boo you. And it feels like even when there's nothing really dramatic going on, he would do a lot of these dramatic pauses Whether to give weight to the line he's saying or just because that's the way he delivers the line, I don't know.
I think that has a lot to do with English being a second language, because I felt that as well. There was a line where, especially because this was a funny line, but I was just like, it could have been delivered better earlier, where he hops out and Zoro goes, "Get lost," and he goes, "I am lost." And I thought he was just going to "I am," but he paused and went "lost." And then I listened to that in Spanish, because he does the Spanish dub as well, and it's a lot better delivered. So I think that it might just have to do with him.
The language barrier for because it did sound like a lot of the times he would deliver lines phonetically as opposed to emphatically or empathetically, or however you would deliver if that's your natural language. It would be like if I went to Japan, they were like, we just need somebody off the streets to deliver like 4 lines, and I would just be reading it like "Watashi wa ba," and it's just like, I don't understand why I'm delivering this line. I'm just delivering this line.
I think little Luffy did a pretty good job with the accent.
No, he didn't.
I think he did.
There were a lot of times he wasn't even trying.
Yeah,
He
sure.
just went, I'm going to talk. It's over. I can't do it.
I ain't got to do boss. It's a long day. Child labor laws.
Season 10, Wano, I don't think they would need 10 seasons to get to Wano. I think they would need 8. I think next season is going to be Alabasta. The one after that is going to be Skypiea. The one after that is going to be Water 7 and Enies Lobby. We're at 4 seasons already. The one after that is going to be Shaba, Odi, and
One
Thriller
season
Bark.
for Water 7 in this lobby?
Yeah, 4 episodes each.
No, they can do
Even Water
2
7.
or 3.
Even Water 7, they could probably do 2 or 3. So we might get Thriller Bark in the Water 7.
Yeah,
2, 3.
Skypiea as a whole one, you're doing way too little.
No, not at all. Skypiea had a
They
lot
had
going on.
54 episodes.
That's how long
They
Skypiea is.
They introduced 5 crewmates.
You got Jaya and Skypiea. So you got Jaya's probably going to be an episode or 2. And then 6 episodes for Skypiea. No, you know what? 2 episode and a half for
Because there's a lot of fluff that can be cut out of that.
episode and a half for Jaya, 4.5 for Skypiea, and 2 for Long Ring Long Neck.
Yeah, I'll take that. But you just going Skypiea?
But that's the Skypiea saga.
No, I wouldn't. I'd consider that more into going into Water 7.
But I think that's like the direct lead out to Skypiea.
It's a direct lead into Water 7.
Nah, Little Garden's gonna happen. It can't not, even if it's just an episode.
Yeah, Mihawk was great.
Well, I can't spell.
Put him
COVID
into the
brain.
dub and nothing changes. Yeah, I think that's
No, okay, I guess you're right.
look at that. Dabbing on him.
I want to see you guys debunk all the Gear 5 foreshadowing moments. Some of it is you can see it. Other ones are just can y'all stop?
We planned that video and then the cough happened.
Yeah, we were ready for it, y'all. I forgot what the video was called.
Luffy is Gear 5, not debunked or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that. It was
that
crazy.
exact title. It's fine.
That IGN score is horrendous.
Yeah,
and it's only
trash.
horrendous because they're going, hey, this is like the cartoon, the anime, the manga.
Get outta here.
Why couldn't it just be more like a TV show?
Get out of here.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. We don't want you to go into the source material this heavy. Just kind of draw inspiration from it and make an entirely different thing. It's a terrible, terrible review. And I'm not one of those people that's going, oh, it's a terrible review because they gave it a 6. It's a terrible review because of why they gave it a 6. Even if they gave it an 8 because it's a terrible review.
I looked into that and because I was very enamored by that. And the writer of that review went into further details because he couldn't, just a little bit of a blurb. And he was just like, they were too heavy into the things that they needed to hit without the things that led up to it. So the thing of just Zoro going, I'm not gonna lose again, doesn't have the weight because of the things that didn't come before it. And I'm just like,
What things that
what
didn't come?
things that didn't come before it? And the person that they were arguing against was just like, yeah, you got a fair point. I was just like, no, he doesn't.
No. What things that didn't come before it?
Yeah. All right. Y'all got any things that you want to mention before we shove off proverbially?
Dude, yep, good.
I didn't like that end song of "I'm gonna draw a map of the world." I was like, "Oh, Jesus."
Yeah, it's clear they got somebody to license a song at some point for Nami, and they played it during the Nami arc.
Which was, I liked it better there, but
Angel Essence Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct
I
Goku.
like tangerines. Like, shut up. We know.
So IGN wanted an adaptation to not adapt the story. Thank you for the super chat. So
Yeah, it's they should not have.
I feel like more so they wanted a series where you get like accents of the outfits and not the outfits themselves.
You don't need big old pieces of crap on Kuro.
Yeah,
but
that
you
type
do
of,
need it.
Yeah.
He was so good.
He was
As
really good.
soon as he walked up, I was just like, do the thing. And he almost immediately did the thing. And I had to pause it because I was so happy.
And it sucks because you can visually see why he does the thing. But without the crewmate just going, hey, has Captain Kuro got a little doll? It's just like, you see the way he's doing his glasses, he's never forgotten.
Oh, he's so good. I don't like how they never mentioned Sanji not fighting with his hands because he's a chef.
Yeah, but I feel like they're going to bring that up eventually. He did just say you didn't even get your hands dirty, but that was about all with the Zoro
But
thing.
again, that one little line is like, chefs don't get their hands dirty. That's why I fight with my feet. A little less clunky than that, obviously. Here's my entire backstory.
I'm hoping for Love Cook, since we heard Mosshead, since we're not going to get to hear swirly eyebrows or that type of thing.
The Nami running towards...
And he sounds so much... It's so funny because when he does those types of things, he sounds so much like Eric Vale doing the dub Sanji boy. Just Nami! And it was great. And then he's just so sad. Hey, Sanji was great. I feel like this is the type of Sanji that people want to see. Much less of the perverted stuff. Much more like suave. A little bit of a sleazeball, but a heart. That type of thing. I'll say this. I didn't like Luffy's, the actor's seriousness nearly as much as his goofiness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when he got serious, he got a little too serious. So when the moments really called for that serious stuff, it just didn't feel as heavy. Like when Luffy just like, I gotta destroy, it's this room, I've gotta destroy it.
But when it's dialed down, I think it does really well. Like him talking to Zoro.
Yeah.
I think that is, but that more angry serious
That's
instead
what I
of just
meant.
like the serious, calm. I gotta be a captain now.
I will say he does a fantastic, you done f***ed up smile. Like, when he's pulling apart Kuro's hands, it's just like, oh, I loved his smile there.
I can see why Oda chose him.
I'm Stealthy was a fantastic joke, and then the explosion behind it. So, no, I will get it done. I'm Stealthy. Blue. Yeah, there was like I said, a lot of the changes were very good. There's some things that are like overall 7. As adaptation, it's an 8.
It gets. If they had said Nakama, it would have lost 2 points.
Oh yeah, Nakama.
Done deal.
I will say I don't like that they didn't say that Arlong didn't say Nami's my friend. Because that's really a spit in the face of what Luffy sees as a friend. Whereas Arlong just sees a friend as a tool to be used, as opposed to someone that helps lift you up like Luffy did.
Yeah, like I said, performances are probably, not even probably, the best thing. Performances and castings are the best thing about this. Fantastic
I
jobs.
love the whole yeah, but the flag's supposed to represent the captain. I'm the captain. They call me Captain Usopp. All the seas call me, and him and Luffy just talking over each other. No, I'm the captain. Love that.
Mihawk, where someone just goes, "It's an honor to meet you, sir." He just could not give less of a crap.
But I also love him going, scars on the back of a swordsman are a swordsman. Magnificent.
My goodness. And we're not gonna see him again.
We're so magnificent.
Magnificent. Boy, when Zoro did it 3,000 Worlds, you could see that was just one sword just sort of taped together.
Oh yeah, you could definitely 100%
But
see that.
how else could you do it?
Really wish you would have said 3,000 Worlds right there. Only because the whole they call out their finishing move. Well, maybe he'll do it from, but man, you'll fit right in. I love that whole interaction. Drunk Usopp was fantastic.
I like Zoro's fighting in Fishman Island because he kept holding his wounds and sort of wincing.
Yeah, I think that's about all. Good, there's bad. What are you gonna do?
Salad saying year soon? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
The plans change. How about that?
You keep that hope alive, buddy. You keep that hope in your heart.
IGN wants One Piece to take place on land in high school. New guy carries the clown head.
That was great.
Kid, Foggy was
Hey,
good.
so I'm gonna go. I know I should be making things right, but I got an exit stage left. In clown. I love that clown was worth 15 million berries. Should have taken his head. Who would pay out a bounty to you? You're a wanted man yourself. Didn't think about that.
The whole East Blue must know who you are. What did you say?
No, nothing. Just that they all know who you are.
No.
You making fun of my nose? Well,
I wasn't.
but now that you mention it, that thing real?
Buggy. Because there was a moment where he just goes, yeah, throw them away. And then he just sort of does this. It's like Frank Luffy here.
Dude, I don't know why I rewound this like 50 times. The first time they get out of the box and everybody's clapping and Luffy's clapping and now he's just like, don't fit clap. Just hits his arm. It's such a One Piece moment. Just like, yeah, this is awesome. This is not awesome, Luffy. Yeah, we're getting out of here. It's warm. We're sick. We're getting better.
It doesn't sound like it.
We'll get there.
Probably going to be another week, though.
Oh, definitely.
So, we're going back into the bubbles, proverbially. Just wanted to get this out while the thoughts were fresh.
Yeah, eventually we might do an actual because reason where we go episode by episode, take notes, that type of thing. As opposed to this free form thinking type of way. Oh, sick boys. Sick boys for life. Oh, I need to put up the video for the viewer request month. Nominations and then eventually the voting. Probably gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's about it from us. I'm happy that it seems like this is doing very well. So it's very likely we get a season 2.
Yes, it is very liked.
It is basically number 1 in Netflix in like 50 countries.
Very, very good. I'm happy. I want some report that Oda is happy about the results of this.
Yes.
Trigger did not like it.
He was never going to.
That is a fact. It is a fact.
They could have just made it Demon Slayer, and he would have been like, "No, this is trash."
Cast A, setups, Boats Town costumes A+, effects C, fight choreography D+,
Stop. Based on what?
story execution D, overall grade is a D.
How does that make sense?
I ran the numbers.
How does that make
He
sense?
has to be counting the episodes as well, but that even still doesn't make
That
sense.
the episode counts don't make sense.
Legitimately.
C plus, F C
dumb.
D plus D plus.
Best actor Nami, worst actors Zoro, Kuro, and Arlong.
Arlong was great.
No, he wasn't, according to.
He's an
Trigger.
idiot.
I am looking forward to whatever live stream he's gonna do.
Dang, we had so many plans.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will even
And I wonder whose fault this is.
the weather.
Yeah. Oh, I won't take my jacket.
I did take my jacket.
Oh, I won't take a bigger jacket.
And that was my biggest jacket.
Oh, I won't have a better immune system.
Yeah, I can't help that one.
Yeah, PC.
I'm boosted. Forget Triggered, I need to know what Dritz thinks. Oh, that'd be interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Especially since this is the early good One Piece stuff.
Thank you for the super chat. So, that Robin casting is going to make me act up. I know it is.
Oh, man. There's going to be some monkeys in chat. Some proper gorillas. Because people are oogling over Najiko. I was like, I see you.
Oh, yeah, no, they were crazy for Najiko.
God bless Lil Queena. That girl got a nose. That girl.
Oh, that fight was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
though.
Very, very good.
All right, we are fading out of here. No shove off. We will give a little shove off since it's all One Piece stuff. Yeah, let's shove them
In
off.
honor of our boy Smokey potentially coming. Hey, you're baggy. Buggy.
Buggy the Clown.
The flashy fool.
The
The
genius
genius jester.
You have a lot of names. Everyone in the East Blue has to know you.
The flashy fool is such an awesome name. Did you get rid of it?
No.
Okay, I heard that gasp.
Oh, no, that was for the nose comment.
The flashy fool.
I would never get rid of shove off.
Yo, what if they had shove off?
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't make us that happy. That would be clearly for us. They'd have to turn to the camera and go, "Hey, a list exists. We got you."
What's the interview with the showrunner? Like, what was the reason for that? Like, well, there's these two guys on YouTube.
They always at the end of their stream play shove off, and it's just like, okay. You guys ready for that whoosh? Dude, it's never gonna end.
Yeah. I already saw people just going Buggy's black, Nojiko's black, Arlong's black,
Nojiko was a thing,
Gin
orphan
was
and
black.
dark-skinned person anyway.
I was just like, yeah, a lot of people are black, and I was like, yes, they are. What of it?
But we already got that woke shit when they were like, here's their pronouns of the people we cast.
Freaking when they had Queen's funeral, there's just a bunch of normal people, and then there's this green hair. I'm like, this motherfucking main character, get out of here. Put in some goofy looking people.
I'm glad that they didn't have, she fell down some stairs.
Oh yeah, they just went accident.
There was an
Because it's
accident.
dumb. I'm just like, oh, somebody must have farted in the town over
Oh!
and she smelled it.
That was the other thing. Kawina's last name.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the ones where it's just like,
Yeah.
unless you're already in Wano, there's no information here.
Tell them they can shove off.
Yeah, we'll probably be back next week. I don't know if we're gonna have a recording next week, but we should have a stream next week.
It should be better by then.
And maybe Monday with Phil. Maybe.
Hopefully. We'll see how the big cough is doing, because I'd rather not.
Hey.
With the whole annoying people, and I like to listen back to them as well, and that's just like, oh, Phil, you piece of brr.
All right.